What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Thursday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, and Hudco Roofing. HudcoRoofing.com. I hope y'all are having a wonderful start to your morning. Yes, Kara the Python has been found. And hopefully someone chopped her head off right whenever they found her, but it doesn't seem like that was the case. Should have been, but doesn't sound like it was. Anyway, Facebook, please like the page, share the post, like the page, share the post, like the page, share the post. YouTube, please smash that like button, as the YouTubers say. Smash that like button. Much appreciated. Okay, so what a night for Jay Johnson. LSU baseball coach Jay Johnson. What a day. Bye, babe.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Have a great... How did you know it was my birthday? Erica is the most thoughtful birthday planner ever. I woke up this morning and there was a happy birthday note on a chalkboard by the coffee pot. And I walked in my office here, and you can't see it because I can't turn it, but there's happy birthday streamers and balloons on my door. There's presents right here. There are these balloons on my chair. There was a balloon on my hat, and then she did this little chalkboard thing. Oh, there's this too. Birthday boy. It says, a little accessory for your outfit today, birthday boy, although I'm going to choose not to wear it. And then also there's this. Tell y'all's wives, they're going to be a little embarrassed. 39 and still fine. Happy birthday, babe, with the 39 balloons. 3 and the 9 balloons. Just so you know, E-Rock loves her birthday. She does love her birthday. Okay. So, we'll say some good mornings here in a second, but how about Jay Johnson? So, Eric Reiselman from the University of San Francisco. He is a pitcher who has apparently committed to play for Jay Johnson and the LSU Tigers. Currently playing up in Cape Cod right now. He's a righty. 6'2", just finished up his freshman season, 6'2", 188. Made 5 appearances with 3 starts in his first season of college baseball. That was in 2020 when he was a freshman. So I do not have his 2021 stats handy. Let me see if I can find them. Let's do this together, y'all. So 6'2" righty, Eric Reiselman, pitching there in the Cape. He had a 6.17 ERA, 16 appearances, 10 starts, 35 innings pitched, 39 strikeouts, and 30 walks. So must see something there that he really likes, because the stats didn't pop. But 6'2" righty playing in the Cape, take it. And then also Tyler McManus, a grad transfer catcher from Samford. So this kind of gives LSU a little bit of cover, right? If you end up not getting Ian Moeller, if he the 5-star catcher out of Iowa, if he gets drafted and doesn't show up on campus, this gives you a little cover. If Alex Milazzo decides to transfer, this gives you a little bit of cover, so you have an extra catcher. So you got to have a couple. Of course, Braden Doty's gone, so not that he was really an option to play. Now, Hayden Travinski's coming off of Tommy John, so is he even going to be ready for next year? We'll see. Making moves, man. And, of course, new recruiting coordinator Dan Fitzgerald is in place from Dallas Baptist, so... Jay Johnson out there making moves. Let's say some good mornings. Joey Vincent, Trivia Carter, good morning. Matthew Lusto, good morning. Dylan Gotro, Spurge, good morning. you don't want me singing the birthday song, trust me. Got it, man. Bubba Tatum, what's up? Dylan Gotro, love starting my workday with Morning Scone. Thank you, Dylan. Appreciate that. Glad to have all y'all here. How about that? Wrap in batches. It's my wife's birthday as well. Happy birthday. Very cool, man. Happy birthday to your wife. We share a birthday. Stacy Schilling, Kelly Groves, good morning, good morning, good morning. Cliff Nelson, good morning. Grand Marshal, Team Drew. Kurt, what's up, dude? Todd Ohms, what up, Matt? How's Drew doing? By the way, Kara has been rescued. So I woke up this morning, opened up my phone, saw the video of Kara being pulled out of the wall. Unbelievable. I'll never, ever, I'll never step foot inside that mall again. So, if I needed a reason not to go to the mall ever again, they gave it to me. Now that I know there's a 12-foot python that can get loose. Yep. No, thank you. Josh Geraldo, happy name day, Scone. Didn't realize how big Barry was. Kid's a mule. Big kid, power hitter. Let's roll, bruh. Matthew Dubois, happy birthday, Matt. Thank you. How will you fill the Mike D spot with him joining the other radio station? Have not decided that. Like, I will tell you, I mean, everybody, that became public yesterday. Mike called me 2 days ago. Mike called me on Tuesday to let me know that was happening on Wednesday. And and that whole deal came together in less than a week. So it's not like it's something we've known for a long time. So I really haven't had any time to plan for it or prepare. So I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. But I'm very grateful to have had Mike on. I think about it this way. I spent more time on air with Mike Detillier than literally anybody else. I mean, Terrio doing the 2 hours on Fridays is cut into that significantly, but Mike's done an hour every Thursday since we started the show 11 and a half years ago. So that's a lot of hours, man. I'm very grateful to have had Mike for as long as we did on air, and hopefully our paths cross professionally again, but definitely the end of an era, so to speak. Merrick, good morning. Kirk, I was banned on Facebook because of the comment from Nightcap, so here I am on YouTube for 3 days. What comment did you make on Nightcap that got you banned? Craig, I haven't been to a mall in over a decade. That's about right. That's most people. Get Pat Bradley to take Mike D's spot to shoot up. I do love Pat Bradley, but don't think we're going to end up having an hour of SEC basketball talk on Thursdays year round. Scott McClendon, what's up? Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Jump over here to Facebook. Brandon DeVille, good morning. Shelby Kelly, thank you, man. Brian and Andy Penn, good morning from Portage, Indiana. Y'all drive safe today. Josh Long, Bill Schmid, good morning. Reagan Lee, how big is the McManus transfer? So I'm not going to do backflips over it. I'm not going to tell you it's the greatest thing. The ideal scenario is so McManus obviously is a bat. I mean, you're talking about a guy that's played a lot of college baseball and hit 11 homers a year ago at Samford, stepping up in competition, obviously. But the thing I'll say is what it does gives you options for sure. Like I said, you don't know if Travinsky's will be back because of Tommy John, and if he is and is swinging a hot bat, Travinsky could always play first or DH. Milazzo, we'll see what he elects to do. The best case scenario is Jay Johnson works with Milazzo and brings his bat along. That's the best case scenario because Milazzo's your best defensive catcher, and if he could give you something offensively, that's the best case scenario. But you've also got Ian Moeller, who's a 5-star catcher out of Iowa, who's a signee, but we're going to wait to see where he's drafted and if he ultimately signs or shows up on campus. Moeller is a better hitter, not as much defensively. So, maybe you platoon it like Cressy and Jorgensen back in the day. For those that remember that analogy, Cressy was more the offensive guy. Jorgensen was the great defensive catcher. And you found a way to make that work. So, options with different types of players are never a bad thing. Hey, Dad, good morning. Let's see. David Hawes, good morning. Thank y'all for the birthday wishes. Samuel Merrifield, thank you. Reagan Lee, thanks for always answering our questions. You got it, man. Appreciate you for being here and asking questions. Chris Keller, good morning. Adam Forrester, Kelly Presley, thank you all very much. Derek Michael, I know this is ridiculous with the balloons and all, but Erica set it up, and I'm not gonna like take the balloons out. I'm not showing you even more of all of the stuff that's set up. Could, but I guess I'll show you all one at a time. Hang on. I'll show Facebook first. So like this is my desk. Balloons, the thing on the door, the sign, all that stuff, and then obviously the stuff on my chair. Erica loves her birthday, man. Do not get it confused. She loves her birthday. Here you go, I'll show you YouTube. I mean, look, on my door, presents, the 39 with the thing. I mean, Erica loves her birthday. There ain't no doubt. Sorry if I'm making y'all dizzy here. Sorry. Apologize. Whew. Okay. I know it's a little crooked, but sorry. Chris Keller, so we got a coach from Dallas Baptist. Yeah, man. So they interviewed 3 for recruiting coordinator and settled on Fitzgerald from Dallas Baptist. I like it. We talked about this last night on Nightcap. I like very much that Jay Johnson is making this program his own. There is no confusion about that, man. He is hiring his staff, who he wants. He is not worrying about tying together past eras. He is doing this how he wants to do it. So good on him, man. It's his program. He professionally will live and die with the results. He should get to do it how he wants. Josh Long, is that a balloon on your hat? Yes, on my Hudco hat. Erica taped a balloon to my hat. So I always leave my hat sitting right here on my desk, like next to my Surface. And so in her decoration, she taped a balloon to my hat. So I just left it on there. Samuel Merrifield, you said Hilliard may come back next season. I thought he was a senior. So Samuel, he was a senior, but remember, because of COVID, everybody got that extra year of eligibility. So while Hilliard came in at 18, 19, you don't count 20, and then 21. So he has an extra year. They can come pitch next year, and I believe he will. I think at this point, it would be an upset if he didn't come back next year. Pat Houston, Troy Abear, good morning. Craig Dugas, happy birthday, Bob. Thank you, man. Nate Green, good morning. Amy LeBlanc, happy birthday, Scone, bro. Thank you, Amy. Troy Abear, so no more Mike D due to the new gig. Correct. So can't have Mike D on anymore. Obviously, that's it's a great opportunity for Mike, and it's no doubt also a little bit of defense from the other guys, which I respect, but we'll figure it out. Hey, Drew, come see. No, Drew. Hey, Drew, come. Hey, whose birthday is it? Daddy. Yay. Are you going to sing happy birthday to Daddy? Sing happy birthday to everybody else. He won't come here and sing to me. Brandon English, good morning. Dale Broussard, good morning. Thank y'all very much. Craig, just want someone to love me the way E-Rock loves event planning and attention to detail. Well said. Leah Williams, happy birthday. Since they found the snake, are you going to see it? Hell no, bro. There's no shot I ever walk into Blue Zoo, ever. There is a 0% chance that I ever go into Blue Zoo, ever. I'll never go in. Richie Mercer, did they really find the snake, or did they just pull that out there so Scone will shop at the mall again? I've told you, Richie, had I known they had snakes in that place to begin with, I would never have shopped there. Scotty Mac, what's up, man? You young fossil. Thank you, Scotty Mac. Jonathan Martin, morning, Scone. Happy 39th. Hope you enjoyed the day. Hope to see a birthday dance on AFR this evening. It all depends on whether or not Antoine Duplantis or Nick Goody had good nights in minor league baseball. Brian Arsenault, does HUDCO stand for How You Doing, Coach O? No, but I kind of like that. I like that a little bit. I like acronyms. I do. Company was founded by Jeff Hudson, hence the HUDCO, Hudson Company. Have T-Bob want to talk Star Wars? No, not going to do that. James McCormick, what's up? Brian Lill, good morning. Brandon DeVille. Rosman has 6 Ks, 1 walk, and 2 2/3 innings of work. Very good. In Cape Cod. That's awesome. Hey, man. Look, the other thing I'll point out is sometimes numbers deceive. Like, we can look at Jason Kelly, pitch coach at Arizona State, and say, oh, man, the staff wasn't very good. They lost all 3 weekend starters and their closer this year. I think anybody would take a significant step back if that happened. So, Stephen Walzak, good morning. An hour of Russ Mitchell kicking tires and lighting fires. Maybe we can move Russ to Thursdays. I could ask him. What happened to Mike? So Mike took a daily radio gig. So that overlaps AFR. So that's why he'll be on another station. Joel Jenks, good morning. David Wallace, Glenn Laurie, Eddie Hayes. Have any LSU baseball players entered the portal? So remember, Eddie, the deadline to enter the portal and have immediate eligibility was July 1st. That's why there was such a rush for Jay Johnson to get in and get to know his players. But yes, most notably Zach Arnold, Brandon Kaminer, Theo Millis, and Colin Rice. Those are some young arms outside of Arnold, obviously. But those are the ones so far. Brian Ashcraft, I saw these players sign with Barstool, then asked Dave Portnoy if them signing with gambling company would be a problem. He said he didn't think about that, LOL. So, Brian, I did, I saw that, and we talked about that last night on Nightcap. And apparently Barstool did publish a blog whereby they don't think that it would be a conflict as long as the athletes aren't endorsing. So Barstool has to do with Penn Gaming. So as long as they're not endorsing Penn or their vodka or alcohol partners, then they should be good. I mean, if you're just a content company, that's fine. It would make sense. Richie Burt, Matt, here at the Mall of Louisiana, I want you to do a roof inspection where they found the snake, LOL. Richie, HUDCO will gladly come and do a roof inspection at the Mall of Louisiana. Gladly. It will not, however, be me. Adrian Jean, good morning from the West Side. Brandon DeVille, is the pitcher eligible for next season? Great question. I would assume that he entered the portal prior to July 1. We just now know about his commitment. So, yes, I don't know why you take him if not. I don't know why you transfer if not. And then the catcher we talked about is a grad transfer, so he's immediately eligible. Gerald Mathern, happy birthday. Anti-pretzel's on me. No, thank you, Gerald. You can go get the pretzel and bring it to me if you'd like. But also with the whole Ideal Protein, probably not gonna do that. Oop. Drew's backpack speaking. Hang on one second. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. Hey, bud. Whose birthday is it? Daddy's birthday. Yay. Dad's birthday. Okay. Shout out to Brock, y'all. Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. You need an orthopedist? You go to Brock. It's just what you do. Need a roof? You call HUDCO. It's just what you do. Let's see. Said something about cockroaches. I would burn the neighborhood. In the context, we talking about snakes, things we hate. Spurge, Facebook and censorship. Enough said, y'all. Hey, man, Spurge, YouTube's the same way, bro. I mean, YouTube flags content. I mean, tell you one of the interesting things about crypto, but more so that's the blockchain technology, is you're going to be talking about a decentralized internet where you can have decentralized apps like decentralized social media apps where you can't censor people. If people want to post about politics or religion or whatever the things they want to, or COVID or things that they want to talk about, you can't censor them. It's coming. I mean, it's here, but its adoption is growing. Let's see. But Todd Ohms, do an hour with Sean Salisbury. That's not a bad idea, Todd. I could reach out to Sean. Sean and I get along great. I really enjoy his work. And he loves LSU, man. And that is not pandering. I mean, he really does love and respect. I mean, for a Southern Cal guy, I mean, he really does love and respect LSU. And obviously can talk NFL. He's awesome. That's not a bad idea at all. I'll call Sean today. I'll call him today. It's not a bad idea. I'll tell you one of the things I thought, I don't know how doable it is, but one that would be a very obvious option would be RC. I'd love to have RC in studio for an hour every week, but with his schedule, I just don't know how doable it is, if he'd even be open to it. But I gotta ask. Or maybe it's just that you don't replace Mike. You know, Mike, I haven't given it a ton of thought, y'all. Again, this is, I've known this news for 48 hours. The hardest thing to find in media is chemistry. When you're a tandem, the hardest thing to find is chemistry. When you have it, it's worth its weight in gold, and it's the hardest thing to find. You can't fabricate it. You can't feign it. It's either there or it isn't. And that's why Terrio and I work so well together. We're great friends. We get along. We feed off each other well. Our personalities on air are different. He understands how to execute a bit. Like, it just works, right? Same thing with me and Mike. It's hard to find that and replicate it. But we'll see. And Ted Harris, is it too early for a toast? Never too early. Duval Production Group, what's up, man? Thank you very much. Trivia. Man, y'all crazy. Remember when Matt put you in charge and you messed that up? That's the reason Marines are always better. We know what we're doing. Y'all are crazy. Kirk Taylor, cookie cake or regular cake? So neither, actually. I will wait on Saturday. Erica and I will have my birthday dinner. Of course, we'll go to Rufino's. That's our spot. And we'll go to Rufino's for dinner on Saturday. And I love Rufino's cheesecake. They have the whipped topping. It is awesome. I'll wait for that. But none today. Erica's like, you don't want anything for your birthday? You don't want to do cake or special dinner? I'm like, no. After vacation and then birthday party this weekend, I feel so gross after having spent really 2 weeks kind of just eating whatever and drinking a lot. And like, I just want to like just clean out again. So I'm good. I'll have my big meal on Saturday and that'll be it. The Ghastly Gamer. I don't like the pitching coach hire. ASU had injuries this year, which is why I wouldn't want him. We have a problem with high-profile pitchers coming here, pitch for a few times, and out for the season. So, Ghastly Gamer. That is actually a fallacy. And I have talked about this before, and I think there's other people who share that concern with you, but the reality is literally everywhere in college baseball that happens. I mean, look at Ole Miss this year. I mean, Gunnar Hoagland, it was a top 10 projected pick, done for the year. I mean, you can point out Jaden Hill, sure, done for the year. It happens everywhere in college baseball where arm injuries happen. I mean, that's just everywhere in baseball, period, where guys are throwing breaking balls so early and travel ball. They're overusing their arms, and guys blow out. It sucks to say it, but it's just the nature of it, man. So I know you like we tend to be so hyper focused on the team we cheer for because it's always right in front of us, but you're not paying as much attention to the rest of college baseball where the same thing happens. So as a matter of fact, like there's if you actually go back, I think it was Wilson Alexander last offseason did a very extensive piece on LSU's arm care program, how they were using technology and going to great lengths to measure exertion and output and pitch count and everything to care for arms. Like, go find it. And I'll find. Well, let me find it real quick. I'll find it. And I'll link it in here so you don't have to. Let's see. Here's one piece. Let's see, I'll post this for you. And then oh, here it is. Found it. Boom. Read this if you get a shot. Ghastly Gamer. Read this one. It'll tell you the great lengths that they've gone to try to prevent injuries, and also talks about context around college baseball. But that's just not it's just not sound reasoning. It's just a fallacy. Think Hilliard would figure into the weekend rotation if he comes back. Josh, I'll tell you that's the plan. That is the plan. And barring someone who emerges, I think Hilliard and Fontenot, provided he returns, which I think there's a really good chance he does, Hilliard and Fontenot would be weekend rotation guys. But again, in some respects, gotta change your mindset. Like, think, oh, then you have all these guys. What do you do with Coleman, and what do you do with Fowler, and you use them out of the bullpen for an inning, 2 innings, or whatever you need. Like, let your starter go 5, let them go 3. I'll point to it again. Did you watch Mississippi State? The abundance of arms that they had. Just a conveyor belt of dudes throwing 91 to 94. Just another one, another one, another one. You gotta have that pitching depth if you want to win in college baseball today. LSU didn't have it this last year, and they're building that up this year. I need more arms than I do position players that sit on the bench. Give me more arms. Stephen Miller, happy birthday, bub. Thank you, man. Damn snake has been removed just for your birthday outfit. It'd be even better if they slice it, dice it, and fillet it. Let's see. Happy birthday. Sure you'll have a great pour this evening. What do you have in mind? Not sure the daily life. I may not. Actually, might just wait till the weekend. I know it's super boring, but trying to be healthier after being off the wagon for a couple of weeks with vacation and all that stuff. So vacation in the 4th, et cetera, et cetera. What do you think of Dan's back to the U move with the NIL? Talked about that, Spurge, here and on AFR. I'm curious to see if they'll even be able to make that happen, because state law prohibits boosters from influencing decisions. So I don't even know how that happens. I doubt that will be able to happen. And I think $500 a month is negligible. I don't think that changes anybody's mind. I don't think someone's going to pass on Clemson or Alabama to go make $500 a month at Miami. What are the chances E-Rock sings happy birthday like Marilyn Monroe did for Kennedy? Probably not great, but not on here anyway. Connor O'Neill, happy birthday, Scone Stradamus. Thank you, Connor. Appreciate it, man. Tim Gotro, good morning. Sorry I'm late. First day of vacation, decided to sleep in. Don't blame you, Tim. Don't blame me at all. Tim Brando, could listen to him all day. Maybe so, Kirk. I'll reach out to Timmy B. I guess the tough part is, with work schedule, with travel and stuff like that. Call Josh. He shows in the morning. Get the fastest hour back together. The Great Dane. Well, Haldane. Great. Well, I don't know if you're talking about Morton Anderson or Great Dane being Haldane. With the incoming players, there's got to be a mass exodus of role players from 2021. Yeah, man. I mean, there's some pretty obvious names, right? I think, what's going to be really interesting is like if Brennan Holt coming in from Parkview. Well, he and Will Safford are basically the same player. Do you need both of those guys? I don't think so. Who's the guy? I need to learn all their names. But there's another guy that's sort of a stocky, infield, outfield utility guy, kind of like Cade Beloso. Do you really need both of those guys? I don't know. Cade is one of those guys that went up to the Cape this summer and is absolutely mashing the baseball. Like, does he have a spot? Maybe so. Let's see. Maybe that's him. Maybe that's him from Denham. Brant Smith, 6'1", 210. Maybe, I don't know. I actually don't know who it is. But we'll see. I do agree with you, Steven. I mean, that's kind of a given, right? You've already seen some of the lesser used arms. Millis, Kaminer, Rice. They're already out. Arnold's out, so that's 4 spots. And I think there's obviously going to be more. Alex Day, good morning. I know it's probably a reach. What about Drew? Have Drew Brees on for an hour? Yeah, that's probably not likely. Stephen Miller, Matt, I'll say this about having more arms. In recent years, we've had a plethora of arms on the roster that finished the season with under 10 innings and were just uniform wearers. Right. But I'm not talking about having an arm just to have an arm. Like Brandon, no disrespect, but Brandon Kaminer was just an arm. That was a guy that was never really going to throw for you. Theo Millis, Colin Rice, the guys I just mentioned, those are arms, just to have arms. Like, I'm talking about what Mississippi State had. When you actually go and recruit guys that have stuff that can carve a role out on your roster. I understand your point, but at the same point, the bigger issue is and has been you've not had enough roster spots. And like I think this is the point where a lot of people don't understand how baseball recruiting necessarily works, because you have 11.7 scholarships that you have to divvy up and you have a roster limit as well. And no matter what program you are, where you're from, everybody can recruit the big time national guys, because all of the big time national guys go to all the same showcases. They go to the same handful of showcase events, and all the coaches go there and they recruit, and it's like that's not the tough part. I mean, look at LSU's class. I mean, Ian Moeller's from Iowa, Luke Leto's from Michigan, Grant Taylor's from Alabama, Brock Selvage from Arizona, Carter Jensen's from Missouri, Kale Lansville's from Colorado, Kundra's from Kansas. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like Nolan Cain is going to watch high school games in Kansas and Colorado. Like, you go to the showcase events and you see these guys and then you keep in touch with them. So, like, that part isn't the challenge. The challenge is the in-state guys that are going to be on 25%, but they're taking up a roster spot, making sure that you have guys that are going to contribute and not guys that are being pushed on you from the travel ball squads or the high school coaches. It's a tough, delicate balance. Like, if there's a kid you really want, do you take a kid to get a kid? Like, I really struggle to say names because it's like, I don't want to be disrespectful and you never know, like, the opportunity, but like, you really wanted K. Doty. Well, if to get K. Doty, you had to take Braden Doty. I'm good doing that once. But then if it's like, if you want Milazzo, do you take Cranford as well because they're both Zachary kids and the coach pushes it? You got to be able to say no to that. For not only just for your program, but also for the kid. What good is it doing him sitting on the bench? I don't know. I think that's the delicate balance. I think that's also another really, really, really important part of why Jay Johnson coming in doesn't have bridges to the past era of LSU baseball. Like, he's coming in with a clean slate. He's going to learn these guys and he's going to do things his way. And I think the best part about his personality that I've seen is he's sort of unapologetic, right? It's not that he's an a-hole. It's just he's very direct and he's unapologetic about it. And I think you need to be that, and people respect it. I see you. More reliable arms. I got you. But yeah, you and I think the same way on that, Steven. It's not about just having an arm to have an arm. It's about, again, I'll keep using it. If you watch Mississippi State, that's what I'm talking about. Where you just keep going one after another, 91 and 94, getting dudes out, SEC caliber weekend pitchers, just boom, boom, boom. Well, you look at, if you return Fontenot, if you return Hilliard, you got the 3 or the 5 freshmen that actually contributed last year. That's 7. You're going to add a couple of signees in this class. You got the transfer now from San Francisco. Now you're having guys that can get you outs, that are valuable, Recruiting needs to switch to quality fielders. Few of them premium arms, but few of them to premium arms to a lot. I don't know what that means, Kurt. You kind of stepped on yourself there. Recruiting needs to switch to quality fielders, but few of them to premium arms to a lot. Give me pitching and hitting. I don't need to recruit defense. I'm not saying defense doesn't matter, but like, if you watch baseball, dudes are out there hitting homers and strikeouts are at an all-time high. Give me dudes that can strike out hitters. Give me power pitchers that can strike out hitters, and give me dudes that can mash doubles and homers. That's the game today. I don't need, but like, the case in point is your best defensive infielder on the team this year was Collier Cranford. The kid didn't play because he couldn't hit it all. Like, I don't need a premium defender. Give me Jordan Thompson, who's a good defender who might hit 320. Give me that guy. Let's see. What percentage of the guys that Nolan was in on is Jay going to stay on for this recruiting cycle? Well, remember, 2021 is already signed. Like, the 2021 class is signed. If you're talking about 2022, everybody's committed for 2022 is on board. And you don't have to worry about that until November. Steve and Matt, that's exactly my frustration from fans who griped when Jay was hired, saying, yeah, but does he know the South to recruit? I understand why people who don't follow it closely would draw that conclusion, but it's just a fallacy. Like, it's just not how it works anymore. I love and kind of think Fondo maybe used like Arkansas used Cops last season. It's an interesting thought, but I'll tell you, he's coming back to start. Like, if he doesn't get his number, which I don't think he will, and he returns, he's coming back to be a starting pitcher, and I'm for that. I'm very much for that. The Cops role, I think, is really interesting for sure. Jed Meyer, good morning. Let's see. Yeah, thank you, Trivia, by the way. 48 watching still on YouTube, 38 likes. If you would and you've not done so yet, please hit that like on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. That is just so important, and appreciate it very, 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 very much. Let's see. And I where are we? I'm sorry, I lost my place. It was, Stephen was talking about, Fontenot being used like Cops. Like, I think that, first of all, one of the question I would have for Devin is, as a guy who is, obviously he was a starter in high school. Every great pitcher is a starter in high school. So I'm not worried about that. Like, can he start, go through routine? Of course he can. He's done it. When you physically are training yourself to go so hard for 2 innings, can you recondition yourself to extend, to get up and sit down and get up and sit down and get up and sit down? Like, I think that's really, I don't question at all if he can do it. I just think it's going to be interesting to watch that transformation, to physically sort of transform himself from a stamina standpoint, instead of going hard for a short burst to be able to extend. But like, I'm for it, man. I mean, that of course all comes back to the question of what happens in the draft. I mean, if Devin Fontenot becomes a top 3 round guy and he gets, the 3 to 5 round guy gets mid 6 figures. Like, remember Nick Bush? What did Nick Bush sign for? I think Nick Bush was a 6 rounder, wasn't he? It was an 8th rounder. Nick Bush went in round 8 and signed for $200K. I don't know, like, if Devin Fontenot goes somewhere in that range and is in the $200K range, does he sign or does he come back? I don't know, and that's going to be a decision that he'll have to make. Selfishly, as an LSU guy, of course, love him to come back, because I think that team next year, you're seeing how they're building, how Jay's building it, and I think tremendous potential. He could be a huge part of that, which would be exciting. But we'll see. We'll wait and see. This weekend is massive. I mean, the draft starts on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and we'll have a much better sense of what the roster is going to look like after this weekend. If you can hit in more than you let in, you can play on my team 8 days a week. Oh, man, it's funny. It's true, though. All right, where are we? Whoops. Let's see. Jump back here to Facebook. Sorry, guys. Gerald, yeah, I know they got the snake. First thing I do when I wake up in the morning, I grab my phone, I scroll what I missed, Twitter, etc. The first thing I saw was a freaking snake being pulled out of the wall. Ugh. Jonathan Martin, sure, no, it feels good to know we have Coach O, Kim Mulkey, Willie Wade, now Jay Johnson recruiting for LSU. From a recruiting angle, you darn right about that. Bring Dwayne back. No way. Dwayne owes me $500. Like, Dwayne from Thibodeau is permanently on my poop list. I mean, what a stinking coward. What a coward loser. If anybody knows Dwayne from Thibodeau, tell him 3 years later, I'm still ticked off at him because he's a stinking loser. He called my show every single week. He called my show every single week to talk about this bet we had, and he lost the bet, and then he reneged and didn't pay up, and he's a stinking loser, and I never want to hear from him again until he pays me my money. Freaking loser. Can you imagine actually being an honorable man, making a bet, making such a big deal about it? And yes, I'm talking about being honorable while I have a balloon on my head, but can you imagine being an honorable human being, making a bet, making it so public, and then you lose and you tuck tail and run, never to be heard from again? Nah, loser, bro. Loser. Like, do you honestly think, that if I had lost that bet, that I could have gotten away with not paying Dwayne the $500? No chance. No chance. Whatever. Dude owes me $500. If you live in Thibodeau and you know Dwayne, tell him he's a stinking loser. Clip this and send it to him. Dwayne, you're a loser. Dwayne, you're a loser. I want my money. Set me off, bro. Dylan Landry, good morning. Jason Aguilar, good morning. Thank you, guys. Michael Ongeron, good morning. You and my son Hayden share a special. Happy birthday to Hayden, then. How about that? July 8th birthdays. They are the best. Get Coach O to fill in for Mike D. Probably not a realistic scenario that will unfold. Jason Aguilar, is that a balloon on your head? It is. Well, there are two here, and then there's one on my hat. E-Rock did that. So I came in, and all my decorations were set up, and she had a balloon on my hat, on my Hudco hat, so I just left it. Carrie Hughes, have you heard the new Vax That Thing Up song? Yes, I did. Juvenile. He even brought Manny Fresh back. It's brilliant. I love it. I do love it. Renee Meyer, good morning. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Troy Abear, do you ever think a bit is going to be good and then after regret it? Yesterday's bit with Brain and the Snake was pretty bad. I don't know, Troy. Some people loved it. I think, here's the thing. To answer your question, absolutely. Happens all the time. You think something's going to be good and it completely bombs. And sometimes you try something and it's magnificent. Like the feigned indignance from Sports Talk Radio. Like I think that went pretty well. But the thing that I always say is like it's a Sports Talk show. Operative word, show. You're still putting on a show. You want to inform and you want to be insightful and you want to be passionate and energetic, but you have to entertain as well. And the key to that is you have to take what you do very seriously, but you can't take yourself very seriously. It's why I get up and do dances whenever Cyclone comes on or My Goodies during Tigers and the Pros. Like you just take chances like that. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. If it doesn't, you don't do it anymore. Remember Terrio and I tried to do something called like Ryan's Wise. I think the first time we did it went really well, and then we just never found the sweet spot again. It bombed. I mean, yeah, happens. But then Kick Rocks is like something that's been around for 7 years now. It just works. Ryan's Letter was something that just randomly happened, and we stumbled upon something really, really good. Matt, I feel you're getting a puppy for your birthday. It's going to be left on your steps. That's what I heard. Better not. That ain't happening, bruh. Father John David Mathern, good morning. Thank you, sir. Troy Abear, maybe it's a good thing that this is the biggest news in Baton Rouge. Nothing worse going on right now about the snake. I think NIL is going to be a loophole to give a player money to come to college. What's your thoughts? I disagree. I think teams will absolutely use it in recruiting based on the success that some of their players have with NIL deals, but it is literally against the law to have boosters funnel money to players to entice them to come to school. Enforcement will be interesting, though. Jonathan Lambert, Haldane would have been a good fill-in, but sadly the snake got it. Stacy Fontenot, good morning. Happy birthday. Thank you, Stacy. I appreciate that very much. Dawn Jolibois, good morning. Thank you, Dawn. I almost said thank you, Jean, like Dawn Jolibois. John. Brock Pendarvis, thank you, sir. Drew Hurst, good morning. Mark K. Stevenson Letuso, good morning. Matthew Booth, good morning. Thank y'all for the birthday wishes. Much appreciated. Y'all are getting a baby Hershey. We are not getting a baby Hershey. Where are we? Dave, slot money is always flexible. Have known fifth rounders to get in. Okay, it's not always flexible, Dave. It depends on what team is willing to overspend, and you still have your draft pool. Period. So, do you overpay one guy and then lowball someone else? That's always a possibility. If you have a first rounder that you can't sign, so you got six figures to play with, but then why do you take a first rounder if you don't intend to sign him? You know what I mean? Anyway, how about the freak show Ohtani? Dude is a monster. It's pretty incredible, no doubt. Tim Gotro, you charge an interest on that $500? No, man, I just want my money. Adam Fondo, Matt, who is the mystery candidate for recruiting coordinator? Todd Butler. Shelby even had Brandon Landry willing to take his part of the bet for him, and he was like, nah, I'm a man, I'll pay. You're so right, Shelby. Brandon Landry, from Walk-Ons, loved the Dwayne bits. And Brandon called live on air one day after Dwayne lost and said, look, I'll pay it. I'll pay it for you. And we'll do it at Walk-Ons, I have a thing. And like Brandon called unsolicited live on air and did that. Actually, he texted. I was on air. He texted me. He was like, dude, I'll pay it for him. Like, y'all come do a thing at Walk-Ons, whatever. And I was like, man, call into the show right now. So I had Dwayne and Brandon on at the same time. And Dwayne was like, no, man, I'm a man. I'm going to pay my debt. Never did. Loser. He's a loser. Let's see. Flights and rooms are booked for Glendale. If y'all are opening the remote to fans Friday prior to the game, we'll come by and see y'all. Glendale. What am I missing that's in Arizona? Glendale? Are you going to LA, you mean? For the UCLA game? What am I missing in Glendale? Yep, there you go, Shelby. The best thing was the investigation with Nakamoto. So Chris Nakamoto, who's the investigative reporter for WBRZ, did an investigation into the barbershop in a meet. And we did this whole bit, wrote the script, and he was awesome to voice it for us. And we used sound bites and drops. It was awesome. Anyway, we used drops from the barbershop scenes in Barbershop and Coming to America. It was, and I loved it. It was great. Gotta have fun, man. Okay. Lenny Moss, thank you, man. Appreciate that. I think we're just about done. Father John David Mathern, heard Pat McAfee say something about issues Jameis is being investigated for. Any info on that? I don't, man, but I'll see what we can find today, man. Okay, I think we are just about done. Thank y'all for watching so much. Appreciate it. Thanks for all the birthday wishes. I know this all looks ridiculous, but Erica did it, and I'm just going to leave it up, so why not? Anyway, Troy, I wasn't condemning. No, not at all. Not at all. But no, I was answering your question, Troy. Yeah, there's certainly times where we try things and they bomb, but you just take the chance, because unless you do, you wouldn't stumble upon the good ones. And if something doesn't hit, then it's one's like, I do 15 hours of radio a week. If I take a chance on a 5-minute bit and it bombs, okay, well, I have 14 hours and 55 minutes to make it good that week. So yeah, I mean, I do it all the time. But to answer your question, there are things all the time that I think are going to go well that just don't. Okay. All right. Y'all have an awesome day. Thanks so much for watching. Brock, you need an orthopedist. You know, they're the GOAT. And Hudco Roofing. Storm season's here, y'all. HudcoRoofing.com. HudcoRoofing.com. Have an awesome day. See you for Locked on LSU. And then AFR 3. If you are not yet subscribed to Locked on LSU, please go into your podcast app, whatever you use, iTunes, Spotify, whatever. Type Locked on LSU, hit the subscribe button. That's a massive help to me. Thank you. All right, see y'all later. Peace.